Hey guys, welcome back. Small Time Critics podcast. Are we a podcast? We're a show. We're still a podcast, right?
We're a podcast.
We're a podcast. All right, cool. Look at me getting big for my boots. So as you can see from the title of the video, this is the John Wick movie review, and there will be spoilers. John Wick Chapter 4, and I'm so excited to talk about this one. I can't wait. But before we talk about it, I'm with the homies.
Archie.
Oh, you're gonna do that today?
I'm Archie, man. So man said I'm not gonna do it today. Just let me have it, man.
Now, the other thing you said, you might, if someone pays you or something like that.
You change
All right.
Someone paid you, yeah?
Hey, someone dropped me a little £5, did it? So
£5.
hey, listen, look,
Hey,
look, for sponsoring purposes, if anybody wants a little shout out, then I'm happy to be you for the day.
Archie?
Alright.
All right, well, that's Kev/Archie, I guess.
Yeah.
Mohammed Hashi. Let's go.
I'm Mo. So guys, before we get going, please like, comment, subscribe. Pause the video, just subscribe, go there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
do it now.
Comment, do whatever.
Do it now.
I'm saying go give us 5 stars on the audio platforms and all of that stuff. Run up the likes, socials, all of that stuff. Thank you.
Run it.
Hey.
Love it. Let's go.
So yes, John Wick Chapter 4. I am so excited to talk about this one, guys. Yeah. So alright, I'm gonna set the scene the way the movie starts. Alright, we're back in New York. Okay.
Can I say one thing?
Go on.
Yeah. That. I don't know why people hate on that. Yeah.
Nah, I like his style of
So
acting.
before you set up,
his
just quickly just a word on Laurence Reddick, please. A word, yeah.
Yes. So by the time this video comes out, Laurence Reddick obviously has passed away. All of us got so much love for Laurence Reddick as an actor.
Brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Incredible. So I just want to say rest in peace, condolences to him and his family. And yeah, man, it's just nice to see him in this movie, I suppose.
And nice to see that he was the emotional heart of this movie as well.
Yes, that is so true.
For both Winston and John.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, Mo, let's go.
So yeah, R.I.P. Laurence Reddick. But set the scene. So we're in New York City, right? At this point, people think John Wick is still dead, except for I guess Winston and the Bowery King, who's Laurence Fishburne. I love that opening scene with Laurence Fishburne walking down. I wish I could have written down what he said, because there was a line that I was just like, I like that. But yeah, so he goes in, they're together and whatnot, but then obviously, quickly we go to Morocco. And John Wick takes out the man who sits above the high table. And because of that, it gets the attention of the high table. So now we know John Wick's alive. Yeah. We know John Wick's out there causing havoc.
Yeah.
So we get, is it Alexander Skarsgard?
That was Bill Skarsgard.
Bill Skarsgard,
so
right?
Just before that, there's a wonderful edit. Kim's gonna love this.
Okay.
Where they do the Lawrence of Arabia. The match
did,
cut.
yes.
With the Barry King blows the
say?
match and does the.
Yeah,
amazing.
At the beginning, the sound design was crazy, because I don't know if it was me or the cinema I was in. When he's punching the thing,
the sound design was amazing.
It was like doom.
It was like
doom.
Yeah. It was.
I was like,
it was
yo,
bellowing. Yeah,
this
it was
is
bellowing.
Yeah, it was mad.
It was mad, bro. Mad.
But yeah. So we go to Morocco, and then John, he wants his ring back. He's like, I ain't got your ring no more, because obviously we saw in the 3rd episode, John had to give away something that he cared for in order for the man who sits above the high table to help him.
Yes.
Anyway, John don't care no more. He killed him. And that gets the attention of the high table, and in particular, I guess the attention of Marquis Vincent de Gramont.
Let's go. Let's go.
Bill Skarsgård, who summons Winston and who summons only Winston, but Laurence Reddick's character goes with him.
Yeah, Sharon comes with him.
Yeah, Sharon comes with him.
Because he's just a great guy.
Yeah.
Like that.
And he's got a beef with Winston because he's like, you should have killed him.
Yeah.
You know, so he should be dead. He shouldn't be doing all of this stuff. And it looks like the high table are taking this serious because they blew up that hotel.
Yeah. It's not really the high table. It's the market, because he has been elevated to the Marquis, Vincent de Gramont. He's been elevated to that position.
So this is what I wanted to ask. Is he high table?
No. He's from what I understand, he's not the high table.
So he's just below high table?
Yeah, he's like an enforcer, and he's basically cleans up. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
I don't know. I was trying to figure it out.
He cleans up.
Because he kept on talking about the high table.
No, the Marquis, he is the head of the high table.
No.
Huh?
No?
Yeah, he's the head of the high table.
Are you sure?
He's not the head of the high table.
He's not, bro.
No, he is the head of the high
I
table.
don't think
Complete
he
Mo
is.
check.
Mo check. He's the head of the high table.
He
But,
can't
all right, I'll talk about it.
He
but
works on their behalf because he.
Yeah, so how could he be the head of the high table if he works on their behalf?
But obviously, everyone on the high table votes. You know what I'm saying? But he made the decision. Because basically, it's like he's like
Okay,
head
on
of
this
the
on this plot that I'm reading, it says Vincent de Gramont, a senior member of the high table.
Oh.
But it didn't come off like that to
No.
me. I'll be honest.
The
with you.
marquee to have that.
Oh,
to
the
have
position the marquee
Yeah,
is a senior member of the high table. So okay.
But he has the sigil. You know what I'm saying? Like for him to have that means he acts upon. You know what I mean?
That was a
He
bit
acts upon
confusing.
them.
That's not
And-
what you said.
No, bro.
That's not what he said.
Didn't I say he was the head? Didn't I say he was the
said he
head?
was the
You
head.
said he was the head of the high table.
Yeah.
No.
Now you're
no.
saying he's not the head of the high table.
He's the head of the high table because
The position, the marquee, is senior.
he's the one who takes the votes. He's the one who makes the final decision.
So-
he's
so-
not-
so-
not the
No,
head.
but he said I have the high table have given me unlimited resources.
Yeah.
Yes,
To get.
So how is he the head of the
so
high
he
table?
gave himself unlimited resources.
it's a vote. He's voted as a leader, no? You know what I'm saying?
I can't
Come
do
on,
this. Come on.
guys.
No. I think so he's almost
Me
speaker.
and you on the same page.
No, so he's almost speaker of the high table.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So he's vote speaker.
That's how
so
I take it.
I guess he has more sway than most.
Yeah.
But he's still okay. If he's not head of the high table, he's speaker.
He's Kamala Harris. And
No.
then-
He's
and then-
John Burko. He's John Burko. He's John
John
Burko
Burko,
when
yeah.
he was there. Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah. So that's who he was.
You know what? I
basically.
like that. Arsenal fan, I love that. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with that.
How do
Let's
you go there?
Huh?
How do you go there?
All right, guys, listen.
Sorry.
What did we think of the Marquis Vincent de Gramont?
Yeah.
His introduction. What did you think of that?
I love the introduction. I love the fact that his kind of like his pitch to the table is basically, I'm gonna deal with the John Wick problem. That's his thing. He goes, I'm gonna deal with it at source. You know what I'm saying? He apparently wants to kill the idea of John Wick. It's kind of amazing. And I think Bill Skarsgard absolutely knocked this performance out of the park.
I agree.
It's the stuff he does
I
with his
agree,
face.
man. I
You know what I mean?
agree.
In terms of performance, his affectation, everything about it was fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're making a face, Kem.
No,
but I
go
don't
on,
know.
Kem.
No. I'm just saying. I don't know. Okay, I don't know till I get to you. But you made a face. That's what I'm going off. I know you made a face, but for me,
Yeah.
I was actually like for a bit. I was intimidated
Passion,
by the
man.
brother.
Yeah.
The face is passion.
Yeah.
So don't take that away from me, please.
Go on.
Yeah,
Go on,
face
Archie.
is passion. Thank you.
What did you think of his introduction?
So, again, it was amazing for me, amazing. But for me, it's just I've got the thing where if an actor has such a prominent, a previous prominent role, that's you can't unsee it. And I said to him, I can't unsee it.
Is it Pennywise? I thought you
I
were
can't
gonna say
unsee
that.
Pennywise's
Yeah.
the whole smart, but nevertheless,
Proper looks like him as well.
he is it.
I know it is him. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I
because
know,
It
I
has
know.
so much makeup, and it's still I
Yeah.
can still see it. Like, it's-
So I almost, but anyway, look, I don't want to downplay it. His role, his performance in that role was compelling to say the least.
His suits.
Amazing, yeah.
Look, I'm not a fashionista, as you lot. I like give me a little a hat and everything. I wanted to dress up.
Yeah,
after
his
watching
suits
that.
are crazy.
He was
Yeah,
dapper.
yeah.
I'm obviously I'm going to refer to the early point in the movie.
Yep.
It's almost like when he comes in, it's almost like prestige and like this guy. And I mentioned to Hash, I felt he was almost a coward, but like a very powerful one, and he will make everyone carry his water and do his dirt. He was amazing.
And you can even see at the end, which we'll get to, why
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
coward. But and there is something to say about like how intimidating it is, because even Sharon was like to Winston, hey, I'm gonna go with you. Just chill, I'm gonna come with you. Like you know what I'm saying? We'll go together.
Yeah.
But obviously to punish Winston, he declared him excommunicado and he killed Sharon.
And obviously, it's not just that. Obviously, the
these-
hotel,
yeah,
the
these-
Continental was
yeah.
blown up.
The New York
And
Continental.
is it like it's no longer sacred? I forgot the word.
Is that what you're looking for? Because I was looking for it while he was talking. Are you talking about the Continental?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
It's
desecrated or something like
Yeah.
that. It was desecrated. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I think that's the term that they use.
Yeah, I think that was the term they used, or something along those lines. But and it's no longer they can be used for the business of the high table.
Yeah.
and that kind of world and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Sharon passes, which made me, especially, I know it's, I don't know, maybe it's silly, but with the news that happened, it just made me even more sad.
Yeah.
For some
Yeah.
reason.
It hit even more.
Yeah, it hit so much more, man.
I
It was
got that as
crazy.
well.
Yeah.
Because because I try to stay away from trailers.
Sure.
Especially like for a John Wick, I'll try to stay
Yeah.
as much, even though I know, and obviously knowing obviously Laurence Fishburne's passing, I was hoping that they honoured him by keeping him in there for a little bit longer.
I agree.
But yet, that's the question I was going to ask you before we move on. Do you reckon he had a larger part in that movie, and then because of his demise, they sort of gave him like a very emotional send-off for everybody to sort of...
So that's the thing. At the moment it happened, I was like, what is too early in the movie? But because of what Haji said, he was the kind of like the heart of the movie, and they kept on referencing back to him, and especially Winston. Winston was so hurt by it, you could tell.
You could tell, yeah.
I think I was okay with it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But but my question, do you reckon pre his passing, he had more of a role in the movie?
No, I actually don't think so. I think that was always going to happen. I think, and it kind of goes to we'll kind of talk about it towards the end, and in terms of like the finality of the story and stuff like that. But I think because the story is so kind of like tight in regards to, even though it's near enough a 3-hour movie, because it had so much stuff to do, I thought those kind of emotional beats were very important to kind of continue to propel you in the story and stuff like that. Because there's a great scene, like I think towards the end of the movie, where I think the Bowery King, Winston
on the boat.
Yeah, on the boat.
Yeah.
And then they talk about what they want on their kind of
their tombstone.
Their tombstone and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? The whole kind of when they talked about Sharon's one and how his one he's a friend and stuff like that, and a friend, and then how John wanted to have his one to be a loving husband. I thought that was such a great scene and stuff like that. But anyway, let's continue to kind of like
So then
No. I'm good. I'm
cool.
ready to go. I'm ready to go.
So we go to Paris, and Bill Skarsgard's character, I'm gonna say Marquis. The Marquis, he enlists the help of Kane, who's played by Donnie Yen. And it seems like they got a hold on him because it seems like they can get to his daughter whenever they want.
It's the protection. So his daughter's under the protection of the High Table,
Precisely.
Which obviously it's almost like he's got like a lifelong sort of
contract with
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he could be pulled out of retirement at any point because his daughter can get touched. Kane is Kane, man.
Kane is Kane,
Kane
right?
is Kane,
and
man.
it was a cool introduction, but for me, his real introduction was when we got to Osaka.
Yeah.
So John Wick goes to Osaka to enlist the help of Hiroyuki Sanada, my guy.
one of the best ever do it.
Oh, I love that guy, man. But yeah, it's his hotel.
Koji, man.
Koji. His name in the movie was
If
Koji.
we're gonna use the marquee, we're gonna use Koji.
Yeah, it's one thing. One quick thing about Kane. You see, like John Wick does this thing with subtitles. You see when he was given the card in terms of who's going to take out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see how Braille. He's using the Braille card.
Yeah.
And you see how
Backwards.
backwards.
Yeah, backwards.
You
Yeah,
see how
yeah.
Wick comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he stops halfway through.
You know what? When
That was a great one.
that was dope. But when I was watching, I was almost thinking, because it's almost like, because if you see the Braille, he kind of gets to the beginning, but he doesn't get all the way there.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, he would have known by like the first, like, I would have loved it for them to like, he would be like, and you see it and it's like,
That's what he's saying, isn't it?
yeah, no, but I know, but I wanted a little bit more.
A bit more of it. I see.
Because when he done that, it was brilliant. But I was like, give me some more. It's like I want a visual heart sync.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But to be fair, you could tell that he was upset because obviously you could see that's his friend, innit?
and he wanted to get out of it.
Yeah, and also like even at the start of that scene when the Marquis said to Kane, "You got very close today," because obviously you see him introduced, like he's at a park bench and he can hear his daughter playing the violin, and you can see how he's getting affected. But anyway, continue, Mark.
Yeah, so we're at Osaka, and to be quite frank, I don't know how to get it, but all hell breaks loose. It gets crazy up in there.
Did you like the scene with him and his daughter, and how his daughter said,
I want dinner with you.
Yeah. Like she's the concierge, she's the Sharon.
It got me.
Yeah.
It got me because when he goes in the end, tell my daughter I will look forward to that. I was like, oh, that's your daughter.
Yeah.
That's good. It actually got me. I didn't clock.
A moment.
A moment. Yeah, take it.
Take it.
Take it, man. Don't look at me like that.
That's not my moment, though. That's
You know this. You know what that is, yeah?
Yeah.
That look was whataboutism, yeah. And he was just about to try and say something, yeah, but then he stopped himself. It was a moment.
So you know,
Leave it.
unfair because the movie wouldn't have done it like that if they only wanted us to notice straight away. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? There's a reason as well.
kind of
Well,
obvious.
obvious.
No, it is obvious, but there's also like they also did it in a way where it was like super obvious when he said it at the end. I'm gonna see you for dinner, kind of thing too.
Yeah, because he wanted to get people like you.
I didn't say that. Anyway. All right. Okay. Let's get back to wait. Hold on. So, I think they missed a trick. Not missed a trick. They never missed a trick. It was a brilliant movie, but I would have loved for Koji's daughter to be like more on the like. Yes, she doesn't like the fact that he's now brought trouble into their home, into their Continental. I would have loved. Because when I watched the trailer, as I said, I stayed away from the trailer. The trailer that I watched, it was coming down the escalator scene. I almost thought that she was beefing John Wick. And I understand because obviously she's upset with John Wick for bringing trouble to their house.
Yeah.
I would have loved that to be a part of the plot. Like her flipping on John.
Yeah.
For like, you are the cause for my father's death. Even though he's...
Well, she was about ready to at one point. Yeah.
You see where she back off the rope?
Yeah.
She was about it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk about the first set piece of Circle Continental.
So all hell breaks loose. I can't remember what the first exact bit is, but everything just goes crazy, and then John Wick just has to start backing out the gun.
Okay, no. I think that's a bit. You have to give.
Go on.
So obviously, John
These are
turns
just
up.
hating on my hosting skills like today. Go on, man. Go on.
So can I apologize,
You
please?
can do what you want.
Anyway, so John Wick turns up and basically is asking for some sort of help, in assistance, or even advice.
Yeah.
He wants to hide out there, isn't he?
His presence alone. So clearly they've got some sort of understanding of John's whereabouts.
Yep.
So they're checking all John's old friends, and they happen to sort of be there when John's there, and they want to search the Continental. They want to search the hotel to see if John is there or there's any sort of assistance being given towards John. Because if that's the case, he's Koji's looking at an excommunicado as well.
Mm-hmm. So the tracker, Mr. Nobody.
Oh, he's my guy.
I loved him
He's
as
my
well.
guy,
I had to
man.
look him up and everything. I love that guy.
He's gonna be a great actor.
But I need to say, was he on the job already? Did he know John was like? Was he? I don't. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's a good question, because I was thinking because when he opened his notebook, and then he had a picture of his dog, and he had a figure there. And then he said to John, at one point, he said, "Listen, I'm not after you yet."
Yeah. The contract was out already.
Yeah, contract's out already.
Yeah.
The price not high enough.
The price is not high enough.
Yeah, that was sick.
And I was hoping, that because it's almost like, tell a lie, I think I missed something there, because it's almost like when he said the price is not high enough, but if it gets there, it's a different situation.
Yeah.
So
He's like, I need you to survive.
So I think he was just staying abreast with the situation.
Yeah.
So if the value of the job goes up, he's on it.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
No,
how
I agree with
That's
that,
exactly how I saw it.
That's how
Yeah.
I saw
Because
it.
until you just brought up, I was like, was like? So he must have been sort of keeping an eye on the situation.
Yeah.
I think the only thing so this kind of leads to, I don't know if there's anything you don't want to talk about in this part, but but in this part, it also leads to my favorite fight scene in the whole movie, I think. And if you told me last year that I'm going to see a sword fight between Donnie Yen and Hiroyuki Sanada, brother, take all my money. Take everything. That was my favorite. Donnie Yen moves like me back in the day. You see, he is me. I look at him, I was like, this guy's me. He reminds me of me, the younger me.
Jumping the shoulder.
You see how fast he was? It was crazy. Like the choreography. Man, the way they do fighting in these movies, I think it's so incredible, man.
Even the
it
start
blows me away every movie.
Yeah, even the start in the Circle Continental, when the lights go green, and he tells them to leave, and they start with the arrows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you see all the guys, all the marquis men with the bulletproof suits like John Wick. You know what I mean? And like they kind of like they're getting shot with arrows and it's not hurting. It's just mad, and how they're beefing, and then how it then moves. You know what I mean? How they have to retreat when all the other guys, you know, the kind of SWAT guys come in and stuff like that.
Can I just say, like, these guys, the Marquis guys, they are hench.
Yeah.
They're
bro.
massive.
All of them.
Like, I'm watching it, I'm thinking, why is their suit so tight?
It's crazy.
They're bolo.
Even the female versions that are wearing the suits, even they're like 6 foot something.
Yeah, they're
Crazy.
massive.
Everyone's huge. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then before we get to that kind of wonderful standoff between Donnie Yen and what do you call it, and Sanada and Koji, bro, like John Wick in that kind of like museum kind of thing when he's just fighting everyone, and he's fighting everyone with Koji's daughter. You know what I mean, in the garden.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And then there's that crazy scene where someone gets shot with an arrow and their knee's hanging on a wall.
Yeah.
And then John Wick kind of shoots him in the head and the guy's just hanging with his knee in the air.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
How do they do it every movie?
It's mad.
It's good. I made a comment. I had a discussion with Hash in regards to this movie, and I would like to retract and I would like to apologize because I took a second and I turned on some old stuff and I was watching Mark for Death. I made a comment to Hash that the fighting scene at some point felt like a Steven Seagal movie, but then I took it back because I felt that was just blasphemous.
Yes, it was.
Let me talk, man.
Sorry, continue.
And then
you deserve that.
oh, you just trying to get me back because you messed up. That's fine.
I'm gonna get both of you back before the end of this.
Like that,
man.
man, vindictive.
We'll see.
But anyway, look, I said what I said, and I took it back because you know what? It was brilliant. There are some fight scenes and some shootout scenes. Again, doesn't make sense to me, but because it's John Wick, it's got credit in the bank. I'll let it go.
Yeah, do you know what I will
Suspension
say?
of disbelief.
Do you know what I will say as well? Like, as much as I do love the fight scenes, one thing that this is probably my biggest gripe of John Wick movies, and it's not even that big of a gripe. It's just a little nitpicky thing. I think the fight scenes going a bit too long.
That's why I said the whole Steven Seagal.
That's the only thing for me. I don't think the fights themselves look hokey or anything like that. I think they look good. The choreography is great. I just think sometimes it goes too long.
Okay.
I'm just like, more people? Like, yo, come on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? But
exactly
like,
the point.
Yeah, but it's like John can fight all of these guys, and then it gets to like Koji and Kane by themselves, and I'm like, okay, I'm back again.
Yeah.
I'm back again. And it's different. It's a sword fight now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm back. So it's
there's
cool
still. There's two things. It's still realistic in the fact that, like I was telling you, Cam, he's getting tired. You see him sweating.
Of
you
course.
see him like huffing.
Yeah,
you see him
yeah,
puffing. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You see him getting licked up himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's taking a lot of licks himself. And then the other thing is in regards to the fact that the audience just want to see John Wick do his thing. We just want to see him do his thing. It's fantastic to see this thing on screen. The fact that the camera is not static, but it's not cutting. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing this man doing close quarters combat, then jiu-jitsu.
It's the best
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
It's so amazing.
Then it's some kind of gun fu,
Yeah.
shooting a man in the head. Like, do you know how many times he's killing man, he's absolutely disabling a man, one time in the head.
Yeah.
You in the head. Oh, one more, you in the head. You know what I'm saying? And then reloading stuff like that. Incredible to
Probably
see.
a good thing. Put
You know
him
what
out
I'm
of
saying?
misery.
100%.
Yeah. Going back to what Mo said, again, you can't knock it. It was brilliant, but I personally find, even though I still took back the statement I made, if you take a minute away from the actual gun scenes and everything, it's still amazing. Because we've seen it for four films.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, go on, man.
Why was Koji so adamant to protect John Wick? Why did he die for this?
Again,
I think it's an honest situation.
no, it's an honest situation,
Yeah.
man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of, like, there was a great line that he said, like, in terms of, like, I think, was it something in terms of, like, friendship? You know what I mean? Like, I hate to do this to you, know what I mean? But this is a test of friendship, innit?
Because they're all boys, isn't it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know what?
I
I
they're all boys. Yeah.
I
I
don't think it was so much protecting John.
Yeah.
It's almost like what Kane, like the sacrifice Kane's making.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have done that. I believe, because it's almost like he said to him, look after, just take your daughter, look after your daughter. Yeah. And it's almost like you're on the wrong side, brother.
Yeah.
I think again that's the honor side. That's the sort of stubborn side where another man would have been like, you know what, I'll fight another day.
Yeah.
He couldn't because for one, he's in front of his daughter. Obviously, samurai honor code and all of that sort of stuff, which I'm not I'm not like up to date with, but I assume it's because of that. It's like an honor situation.
Sure.
Yeah, but again, it's like, it's where is it to be a friend? To be a friend, you have to be able to be with someone, not only in the good times, but in the in the bad times. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a friend is, and that's why he did that. You know what I'm saying?
But then they both, sorry to cut you off, they both demonstrated their friendship in different ways. Obviously, we'll get to certain points in the movie, but it's almost like, sorry, can I just say one thing? Do you see when Kane was, everything was kicking off at the hotel. Kane was there. He's just eating his. Yeah. Do you know how cool that is?
That is the best introduction. Thank you so much, Ken. That is one of the best introductions.
That was
you know what I mean? And I think obviously your favorite scene is one of your favorite scenes is like Koji versus, what do you call it, Kane.
Yeah.
And that wonderful kind of, what do you call it?
It was just the
samurai
setting.
fight.
It
was beautiful. By the way, the cinematography, the filmmaking in this movie, incredible. But regarding kind of that wonderful, don't you, like, because obviously the Marquis head guy, he's like, what are you doing? Do something. He's just in a corner, in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? Just with, you know what I mean, just sipping, you know what I mean, on that noodle broth. You know what I'm saying? Just absolutely enjoying his meal because he knows he's about to do. You know what I mean? He's about to put in some work.
That is it. That I think that's one of the finest introductions I've seen in
exactly.
movie.
One without a doubt, Kim. You're 100% right, bro. Because for me, I was like, I'm just laughing. I'm giggling to myself. How I'm just so excited. I know it's gonna happen. And then when I see the doorbell thing, I'm thinking, what are these things that he's putting on the wall? And then the fact that obviously there's been many kind of blind kind of fighters and stuff like that that we've seen in film history and stuff like that, especially in the samurai setting, all that kind of stuff. And obviously we've seen even Donnie Yen do a similar kind of blind kind of fighter in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And then when you see him kind of like feeling around, stuff like that, and you see, oh my goodness, this guy's a human being. He's actually a blind man.
I was just about to say that.
It's so amazing to see.
You see the flaws in being a blind person in a fight.
I was going to ask you that. What did you think of his fight style?
No, his fight style is brilliant. But then I was so happy to see the shortfalls of being blind in a fight, even though he's clearly like
that's what I mean, though. Like he has to like tap the
that was brilliant. Like did you see, there was one point he sort of sent like a shadow shot. No one was there. And it's almost like, oh, okay, no one's there.
Yeah.
That was amazing. John, at one point, tried to stay quiet.
Yes.
He just there crouched like this, but then he made noise.
Do you know how cold it is? You know how crazy it is? Like he's shooting people and he's turning away, just trying to listen.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he's doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was crazy. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And the doorbell thing, I was like, when I realized what it was, and I just hear the ding dong, I'm thinking, yo, this is crazy.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah, I was gonna move for you. I'm gonna
keep going. But go on.
No, I want to talk about when he has to sort of join back the family.
So this is the thing. So John go back to New York after Osaka, right?
Nunchucks as well. As part of those, I'm sorry.
We can't do all of it. I know. We go back to New York.
Nunchucks were amazing though.
It was decent.
Go on.
John talks to Winston at Sharon's gravesite. And basically, Winston suggests that you need to basically do single combat with this guy.
Yeah.
This is the only way this is going to end. And the only way he can do single combat is if he's part of one of the families. Mm-hmm. And John ain't part of one of the families because he got removed from one of the families in the past movies, right?
Yeah, I just card, yeah.
From that same family, isn't it? So he goes to Berlin to link up with Katya to try to be part of the family. Katya gives him an option. Listen. And I'm not gonna lie, when they were doing the hanging thing, I was like, I don't know, but anyway, Katya tells him, listen, there's a guy that killed my dad. Mm-hmm. I need you to go kill him,
and I need proof.
Yeah, I need proof, and then we'll talk. And then we go, and one of my favorite characters in this whole movie, that guy Killer. I think his name was Killer. His builder's name is Killer. But you know, I'm looking at this character.
We didn't know
who it was.
Yeah, you didn't know who it was initially.
Beforehand, no.
Okay.
Why would I know though?
Okay, his face. Okay,
he's not a main actor or nothing like that.
He's very well known.
He's very well known.
Did you know before the movie?
Yeah.
I didn't even know this character was part of this movie though. Like,
no, but
how did you know?
The fat suit and everything doesn't hide who he is.
Doesn't hide it. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't notice it. But anyway, I saw it afterwards. These are doing this to me again.
No, we didn't even say it.
It's fine. We didn't say it.
It's
obvious. Whatever, man. Cool. So,
let me jump in there.
You do it, man. Go on, man. You have rattled me. Go.
Okay. All right, cool. So we get to he now needs to sort of regain a crest and take out this guy.
By the way, that's Scott Adkins, by the way, who's been a huge action star, the British guy who was Killer. Yeah.
So he now needs to
What's
regain.
he doing?
Huh?
What's he doing?
Oh, he's name dropping.
I knew that already. What's he doing?
What's he doing?
What are you doing?
Audience may not
Oh,
know.
for the audience. I thought the audience knew.
Huh?
I thought everyone knew. I thought it was obvious.
Mo, did you just rope me into that? I weren't.
I'm mad today, you know.
It's okay.
It's
okay.
Okay, can we concentrate? Anyway,
Let's
so he now needs to regain the crest, and he now needs to take out this guy. My only gripe with this movie,
Yeah.
I don't say.
he's having a shootout, and he's having scraps of the goons. Everyone's still dancing.
Sorry, everyone what?
Still dancing in the nightclub.
That's a bit.
That's my gripe too.
I can't.
You
That
kind of
was one of my
gone a
gripes.
bit further. There's a great scene when they're at the card table, and then
He rigs the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rigs the Pokemon.
Of course, he rigs it.
Yeah.
Really?
But the
Great scene. It's
No, but
It's cool. I
Come
like
on.
the way he was
You see
laughing.
the lights and the fan. Come on, man. That was a great scene.
No, for me it was his acting. The way he
Yes.
was laughing, that laugh he does and stuff.
this is a conundrum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff.
But when I saw John Wick get 2 pairs, I was like, okay, he's doomed. He's got like one of the worst hands, and then 4 of a kind, then Royal Flush, and then he gets a 5 of a kind, which is not possible.
Yeah.
And then you know it's gonna kick off, right?
yeah.
But I was just surprised to see the way this guy fought. When he's doing roundhouse kicks.
No, you
and shit.
okay?
I liked it though. I didn't care. I didn't hate it.
Okay. Now I'm thinking about it. I've got more than one gripe. Then obviously the whole sort of revelers, they're dancing regardless of the fight.
I do hate that.
Yeah,
I do hate
but
that.
the other thing is almost like his character is he's one of, again going back to it, a coward. He's fleeing the scene. Yet when he's backed in the corner, he's Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
he's
he's
moving
fighting.
to
Yeah.
so
He's martial law.
yeah. So it's almost like martial law. So it's almost like you could clearly take this guy in one hand-to-hand combat, yet you're fleeing. And why are you fleeing when you could beat him up?
mean-
And it's like it was mixed messages for me.
I get that. He did flee though when Kane and John Wick were in front of him.
No, he was running from John Wick. He was running from John Wick, and then obviously he shot him in the bum. After he shot him in, he turned into Goku. Like, come on.
I suppose I see what you're saying.
Like,
yeah.
I would have loved it if, like, obviously Kane and Mr. Nobody
yeah.
was off dealing with the other goons, and them two was going at it,
Yeah.
because at one point he turned over John.
Yeah.
He turned him over,
Yeah.
threw him off the balcony, and then it's almost like he's fleeing again. It's like, why are you running from somebody you just thump up?
Yeah.
But that was my gripe.
His death was hilarious to me. He was like, why won't you die?
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
off.
That neck break was brilliant.
That was
But again, like that is my only gripe in the movie. The rest of the movie could not have been more perfect.
Fair enough. No, I can't complain with that. I can't complain because I think the dancing thing was the only part where I really rolled my eyes as well.
Yeah, it's like I understand. It's almost like like what's it's almost like the noise, visual noise happening around you,
Sure.
and you're not paying attention because you're paying attention to the fight. But because it was so visible that these people aren't caring that everything's going on, it's a headache.
And then I swear eventually they started running and screaming.
Yeah, it don't make any
No,
sense.
that even in one of the past John Wick movies they did that as well. It's not for me, man. No one's that into the dance that they don't see a gunshot or a.
And they're hearing.
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
Okay,
yeah.
we have to move, but I just want to make one thing clear. Laurence Fishburne's monologues in this movie was top tier.
It was really
Top tier. He made me feel like he's the king of the underground.
Especially since he wasn't in the movie so much. I'm glad they gave him good lines.
Yeah. His monologues.
You see the picture and he goes, "I'm branching out." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he
He
was
inspired
brilliant.
me.
Could we talk about Mr. Nobody quickly? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he got turned. It's like, you know what? Even though, like, he was warned by Kane. It's like, don't. Let me think. I'm wrong. You don't have a choice in whether you accept it or not. When obviously you know the hand scene.
That great scene. Thank you, Kemet. That scene where the Marquis puts the knife in his hand and says to him,
That got me so angry.
Why?
Because I was like, why are you doing that to him, man? He's here to help you, bruv.
He's not.
He kind of is.
He's not, man.
Like, Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody's not there to help the Marquis.
No, but he's not there to help him. Like, I like you, let me help you. But it's like, if I do this for you, it helps you.
Yeah, but the only thing that the only service that he really sort of tried to sort of give to the Marquis was his tracking ability, not actually taking him out.
And what happened in the end? Everybody
Not here.
turned on my man.
No, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
But so Yeah, go on. You just talk about the scene. You want to talk about it?
With the
So
stairs?
I think once we get to the point where he has a family, he can now do the kind of the duel.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, so formally Winston goes and makes the
yeah.
fight basically.
Yeah.
He's Eddie Hearn.
He's
in
a promoter,
He's
yeah.
Eddie Hearn in this.
I'd say he's more of a Frank Warren. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he does that, but the thing is, so there's stipulations. And I love the way they picked
Yes.
what we're gonna do. Like, okay, guns, blades, but whoever gets the higher number is R1 or whatever this that. I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was gonna be blades, which I thought would have been better personally, but I guess they just wanted to end it quickly, kind of thing. So it was cool. But yeah, so John has to get to this place in Paris by sunrise, and obviously
603.
he's trying to prevent him from getting it. So he puts out another bounty on his head, and everyone's on to John.
This is
And
incredible.
at the same time, the tracker, Mr. Nobody, is negotiating a price for himself to get this guy.
Yeah. So we have three major set pieces in this.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys. Let's talk about it.
Which one do you want to go first? The run on the road?
Let's talk about the Arc de Triomphe first.
The what?
The Arc de Triomphe.
Don't bite your tongue, Hash.
Arc de Triomphe. Bite your tongue. You know what I mean? Just because I respect the language, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, am I Kev, yeah? Am I Kev, yeah? Am I Kev? Oh, Arc de Triomphe. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? You got to respect the French people, man.
He
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
like that.
You know what I mean? Come on. You say it. You go on, Kim. You say it.
Huh?
You say it. Go on.
Continue.
There you go, because he can't say it. Anyway, that scene.
He loves
that,
the name drop, innit?
That scene. By the way, it's not a name drop. Okay.
Just
So basically, it's Carfu. Basically, that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of starts with a bit of a set piece on the road and stuff like that. And oh my goodness, the Bowery King gives John Wick the nicest gun. Do you remember that
the
custom
snake
gun?
thing.
Oh,
What was it called?
incredible! I can't remember what the gun was called.
You don't remember?
Well, you don't remember. So
You're wronging. You're wronging.
it doesn't matter. But do you know why it doesn't matter? Because he doesn't know.
This is why you shouldn't have teamed up with him to get onto me earlier. Now that's what's happening.
I never teamed up with this guy.
You teamed up with him, 100%.
How? Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Sorry. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry, man. Go
But
on.
listen, let's get to the nitty gritty. Yeah.
But that
you want to quickly go through it. Yeah, go on.
that scene was, bro, that was incredible. Like
It
they're
was,
fighting
yes.
on a roundabout, basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
It
Do
was
you know,
good.
like, he's beefy. Do you know how many times he must have absolutely finished someone, and then they get run over by a car, and then they go over the windscreen. It's crazy. And the fact that the Marquis main guy is like his second in command, they were having a fantastic, you know what I mean, like fight, and literally shooting through cars. It's crazy.
So now, what
It
did you
was,
guys?
it was breathtaking, honestly.
So what did you guys now think when they were in the house with the bird's eye view?
Now this when I saw the Dragon's Breath shotgun, when I saw them even kind of setting it up, you know what I'm saying, with the guys, you know what I mean, in their yard setting it up, I'm thinking, this is gonna be a bit mad, you know what I'm saying? And then when he takes the gun off them and he just absolutely just spraying it, and then you see the sparks from it was incredible, man.
Yeah.
And that view, that bird's eye view, it was like mad. It reminds me of like
I have to admit, I liked it for a few seconds, but I didn't like it for as long as it went. The view.
really.
Yeah, the fight scene was cool, but the view, I didn't like it for as long as it went.
thought
I don't know why. There was something
I
about
thought it
it.
was cold.
But yeah, what about you, Cam?
I was okay with it. I was more, you know what, me being a game head, I was more sort of engrossed by the whole Dragon's Breath gun. It's like every time that shot got let off, I didn't care which angle I was looking at it, it looked cold.
I was Call of Duty, bro.
Of course.
I was Call of Duty, yeah.
Oh,
I was
this
thinking,
guy's a Call of Duty
I was like, Cam, 20 kills.
But yeah, no, it looked amazing. And
Yeah.
again, when he dropped the gun, I was almost like, oh.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was brilliant. Leading on to the stairs.
The Sacre-Cœur.
But just before that,
Oh
we
my
get to.
God.
But before that, though, we get to quite an important moment that brings all of these movies full circle a little bit. The dog.
Yes.
He saved
Yes.
the dog.
Talk about it.
Yes.
And which made Mr. Nobody look
Nobody
like,
said-
yo.
Reconsider everything.
Because
Yeah.
he had Mr. Nobody.
Yeah.
The guy hit the dog, and John said, nah, I'm not
Yeah.
letting this happen. And you know what I like about this dog? This dog was really a character in this movie, you know?
Yes.
There's two moments for me, especially. When he got stabbed in the hand, Mr. Nobody,
He had to beg
he
the
told the
dog.
dog,
not
he's
to-
like, no. The dog was like, shall I activate?
Yeah,
Are we
yeah.
on? What are we saying?
Yes.
And then the other time was when they were on the stairs, which we're about to talk about, and he's about to shoot John, and the dog was like, hey, come on, Allow him. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm trying to say?
It's like, come on, have some manners, man. The guy tried to save us, man. Allow us. Like, you are so right. Yeah. I felt it, but I never thought about it. You are so right. That dog really carried. He
like
carried a portion of the movie.
Sure,
he really did.
Yeah, he even had a scene, I think, where when they're doing in the Arc de Triomphe, when he jumping over the cars, you see the dog jumping the cars.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But that stair scene, I mean, I think honestly it might go down as one of the best action sequences
By the way,
ever. You know.
Do you know what was mad about that? Because like when you first see the Sacré-Cœur steps, these are famous steps. He's been in Call of Duty.
Apparently they're
like
like 222 steps.
Yeah, 222 steps. These are famous
It's
steps that
crazy,
we've seen
bro.
in Call of Duty and stuff like that in many different films as well. And like to see that, I'm thinking, yo, this is so mad. You see him fighting up the thing, and then when you see
him getting tired, he's walking like this at some points. His legs.
And that's the thing with Keanu Reeves. He's got this weird kind of gait.
He does.
With pigeon-toed as well, innit, which is hilarious. And you see him kind of like clambering up the steps and stuff like that.
I don't want to be that guy.
No, go on, be the different.
No. I loved it, but I don't want to be. But I knew he was gonna start again. I knew.
Did you?
100%.
I didn't.
I didn't know.
Oh, you look.
No,
I'm the moment guy.
No, I was just about to say.
No.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that. You know what? Don't be like that, yeah. Because I was gonna call you something, which I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to get in trouble. Don't be that guy. About the moment. Come on, man. Go on, Ash.
But I think just for God,
this guy is done. He's done.
He's finished. But I think
is that gaslighting? No. I need to get this on my chest. That's gaslighting.
But you don't started this today.
So how are you gonna gaslight a situation?
I had to.
This is hilarious.
Go on, Mo.
But the thing is, when he's fighting up these steps, it's incredible because like these. By the way, these stunt performers, they're throwing themselves downstairs.
Yeah,
it's amazing to see.
I saw behind the scenes video. We need to give these guys props.
Oh, 100%.
There needs to be an
Stunt
Oscar
guys
category for stunt
guys, man. It's incredible what these guys are doing.
Yeah, go on.
And then when he gets to that point where he's nearly at the top, where he's on that, you know what I mean,
Yep.
that second row before the top,
Yep.
and all these men just come up in
It's
their
just
cars.
a new wave of the man.
Wave.
I'm
And
literally.
I'm thinking, yo, and I'm in the cinema, like, hands on my head, like, yo.
Yeah.
And then the guy kicks him down, and you just see him rolling down the stairs.
Is it me, or did everybody think he got to one sort of like stair break,
Yeah.
a leveler? I
Yeah,
thought he was gonna. The break kept on
on
rolling,
going. Bro.
and I thought, when are you gonna stop?
Listen, when he got kicked, it was like cool. He got kicked. When he passed that level, I hear people. And the
come
cinema just like,
But he passed a few levels.
Yeah, no,
and he kept on going.
But I think that was also fatigue as well. That's fatigue, and
course.
everything's in that as well. I
That
think.
is
You know what I'm
true,
saying? Because
yeah.
he's just so tight, and his body's just moving. You know what I mean? He's got no control over his body.
Yeah, he can't sort of.
And then when he gets to the bottom, I'm thinking, yo, like you know, like this is so funny. Like I'm thinking, I looked at my watch, I was like as if I was there, like you know, it was so crazy, bro. Like I think he's got no time left. He's got no time left.
He's got no sound.
Again, you know what?
He's gonna play fashion.
Straight away. He can't drink nothing, bro. You know what I mean?
No, you know the wickedest thing about it, yeah.
That's hilarious, man.
The wickedest thing about this one is, I think, for introduction and how someone is to enter the room, Kane he just literally took it on both occasions.
Yeah.
When he came,
I agree.
and he's like, you know what? It's almost like this guy. This guy's brilliant.
It was his delivery too.
His delivery was amazing.
He's like, John, what time is sunrise? He's like, so yeah, I need you to get up there.
Yeah,
he knows his motivation is I need my daughter.
I need my daughter back.
So I need you alive, bro.
Yes.
You know, this guy's so cold, by the way.
Yeah.
Like that whole night, my guy's at a restaurant outside Moulin Rouge, just having a sip.
And he just listened to the radio. Oh, that radio thing too.
Yeah.
That was a good addition to it. I like
addition,
that. Is that like Assassin Radio or something? What is that?
Yeah,
Because
that
clearly
was-
not everyone can hear that.
Okay. You know
That's
what I
hilarious.
got from that? Yeah, you remember GTA Grand Theft Auto?
Yes.
On the PS2.
Yeah.
That's what it was amazing.
It was. I know
brilliant.
you're saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm jumping the gun or you don't want to say something else, but was there something behind? Because when it happened, I was like, okay, there's something there because he's trying to sort of help save himself, but he wants he wants to level the playing field. When him and John was walking up, and then man poked him in his hand. Is it because that was his shooting hand, or
No, I think he just the way I took it was I think John's plan was always to do what he did in that last duel with Kane.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was just one of those ones. Yo, you owe me. But the way he did it as well.
Yeah,
by the way,
it was
so smooth and quick.
Yeah.
But I think it was just one of those. I just helped you up these stairs.
Yeah,
And
but
he just
but
did
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
If you, no, say.
I agree with you, Cam. I thought he was trying to, obviously, because he's got him up there, he wants to have some kind of advantage, because obviously this is a blind man about to shoot a gun.
You could be right, yeah.
So I thought he just wanted to...
You could be right.
Yeah, because it was his shooting hand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that... Yeah, because I was thinking,
And then
why
he shot with his left later on when he was in the
Did he?
drill. He kept on shooting with his left in it when he was in the drill.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he shot with his left.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just I thought that was like it's almost like I'm level the playing field.
Maybe.
Yeah, but there was nothing more about that. So I'm thinking, was it like a little thing, or was he? I didn't get it so much.
And also the reason I wanted kind of blades at the end of it all is because I was kind of thinking to myself, and this,
You was looking at you wanted the Koji and
but
Kane
it's not
moment
just
again.
that. It's not just that though. He chose Kane as the person to fight for him, right?
That was the cowardice what I'm talking about.
And I agree with you, but my thing was with guns. How does Kane fight this?
No, you have to understand. It was like John Wick was always willing to. He's gonna fight. What's his name?
The Marquis.
The Marquis.
Yeah.
He was always gonna fight the Marquis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kane got through into it at the end.
Sure.
So his whole setup was to fight the Marquis, not Kane.
No. What I'm trying to say is like everything's quiet. It's just me and you. Fire, boom, whatever. Yeah. Me being a blind person, I have to listen. What am I listening to? Like, how do I fight this? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I was trying to think of it like logically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, with a blade, I could probably say you're close.
You're talking more of the writers now, not the. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. I was just thinking to myself, maybe if it was blades, it would have made more sense. Or maybe it's just like, I just know he's in front of me,
I don't know
so
if
I'm
you
just
remember.
gonna shoot kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
It's 12 paces, so he's literally in front of you.
It's
I
literally
guess
right
that's
in front of
just
him.
what it is,
There's
yeah.
that.
It was 30 paces, weren't
30,
it?
it started at 30.
And then it gets 10. It gets 10 less every
Yeah.
single time.
That was crazy though. Man.
I did like the way how they finished it. He's like, oh, he didn't shoot. Yeah.
You arrogant. Yeah.
And then it all boiled down to sort of rules and rules and how the old ways and everything.
Yeah.
It was cool, man.
I loved the Mr. Nobody's line. He was, that's good. And he laughed. That was great.
Now,
Yeah.
is John dead?
I was gonna ask the exact same question.
Yeah. So Kem had a point about, do you know when they're at the funeral?
Oh, real quick. Is Winston his dad, or was just that a bar? Was that just a line?
Now this confused me.
I'm confused too.
This confused me.
Because he waited till the Bowery King to walk away to say farewell, my son.
Farewell, my son.
Okay, wait. Let's not jump the gun. Could we just mention that, because that one I'm throwing all my chips on that.
So basically, his thing his thing that he told me on the phone was that the Bowery King's the kind of bulldog, kind of like stood up and looked at something.
Look something in the distance. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. I don't actually personally remember this.
When he laughed.
No. When before the scene cut.
When they're leaving.
When they're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dogs almost like sort of stood to attention, and it was very audible. It's almost like that bit of the audio was boosted. It was very subtle. So I was asking Hash. I was like, Hash, did the dog sort of recognize John? Because the dog had seen John before. Yeah.
That is his dog, isn't it? That is John's dog. That's John's dog that he got from the shelter from season 2, and he gave it to the dog.
Yeah. So the dog was like,
Yeah.
and then they cut. It was a very. I'm talking about. It could have been 2 frames.
Huh.
If you have a chance, look back at it, because he does go, and he looks away, So I'm thinking, has he recognized John at a distance? Has John turned up to his own funeral? But then obviously the whole dad situation.
Yeah, that was interesting, because that kind of like that threw me off. I'm like, yo, this is kind of mad.
Me too.
That's the only reason why I think John may not be dead.
Yeah, because
No,
I know they're both fond of each other. So he could say my son as like it's just a line.
Yeah,
like, my
it
son,
could be
but
as
I took it as like, oh, is that his dad? For a second, but
Yeah.
is he dead? I don't know. Is he? Maybe he's in the high table now.
I
Who
can
knows?
I
don't
tell
know,
you,
bro.
Guys,
Who knows?
I can tell you 110% he is alive. Like, the studio cannot let this kind of this property, this franchise die.
I don't know, man,
never-
because there's
it will never
a
do that.
movie called ballerina.
Yeah.
But yes,
Which is in between 3 and 4.
yes, and there's a lot of
It's
information.
in between
It's
3
in
and
between
4.
3 and 4
I
apparently.
didn't know
There's a
that.
lot of information out there that they're gonna do spin-offs.
Yeah.
And spin-offs of this John Wick. I'm leaning to agree with Hash. They'll probably do spin-off, and then they'll literally do a one last John Wick.
Yeah.
Because again, you don't want to get that sort of fatigue with John Wick. You don't want something great as John Wick to become another one.
Yeah, there is going to be like a Winston spin-off to see how he became manager, I suppose, or where it's like a prequel kind of thing. So do you guys, if he is alive in like a sequel, not a prequel kind of thing, if he is alive for a sequel, does it take away from his death in this then? Are you not like kind of disappointed by that? Or are you not okay with it?
That's a good question
That's
because
a very good question.
I suppose it comes down to how they execute it.
Yeah, because I'm not mad if he's still alive. I'm really not mad. I'm happy. I'm okay with it. But I think what I would love either Koji's daughter or Mr. Nobody to be an apprentice to John, and John still stay dead to everybody.
Yeah.
But apart from them, because I
Guys, did you not
almost
see the post-credit scene?
There was a post-credit.
Did you?
I left, but I read about it, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know because I left after the mid-credit
Yeah.
with all the graphics and stuff, and there was credits, and I was like, oh, they're not going to do Marvel or
I
whatever.
left the same thing.
But then I read, and do you know what it is, the post-credit?
No. I'm
So
serious. I'm
Kane-
sure when it comes to this.
Kane goes to see his daughter, and then you see Akira with a knife. Basically, looks like she's about to go to Kane, but it cuts, so you don't know what happens.
Yeah. And I love that's a callback to when he said, I'll be waiting for you. Remember? He said, I'll be waiting for you, kind of thing. So yeah, I did like that. I did like that a lot.
What a movie, man!
It's an incredible
What
movie.
a
Like
movie!
I
man.
felt breathless after I watched
Honestly.
it. It's almost like I was running alongside John.
What
Yeah,
a movie!
it's incredible,
bro.
incredible. By the way, like, just to go back to Osaka, the whole nunchuck scene when he's not only when he's
You really wanted that, didn't
Yes,
you?
by the way,
None, bro.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I kind of want to be bad man and not let him have
nah,
it.
listen,
I swear that.
listen.
Leave.
How cold is it when he put the nunchucks over his shoulder and he's reloading his gun? He's killing people. When the gun, what do you call it, runs out of ammo, he starts using the nunchucks. Come on, guys,
There
man.
was cooler things, but anyway. So I just want to shout out to Keanu Reeves, man. I heard he did like 90% of his stunts
Yes, he
in
did,
this.
yeah.
Shout out to all the stunt people.
Yep.
Shout out to Donnie Yen too for apparently he broke like Asian stereotypes in this because apparently did you read about it?
No.
So apparently like the character's name was like Chang or something like or Chan or something like that,
Yeah.
and he was just kind of like, why does it have to be that and things?
Yeah.
Why did what I'm saying? Why did they have to? And the colors were like Mandarin colors of the suits. Like people are so fashionable in this world. Why can't that just be the fashion, whatever?
Yeah.
And he goes, in the end, they changed it, which made it for an enjoyable
good for
filming
him.
experience.
Definitely.
So good for him, yeah,
Definitely.
But top-notch job by everyone involved, in my opinion.
Did you see the nunchucks?
Yo,
Did you?
I don't care.
real quick before we wrap it up, small time critic score out of 10.
Have to give it a solid 9, man.
Hashi.
9 as well. 9
Yeah,
as well.
I
It can't be denied.
real talk. That's fair. I'm giving it a 9 as well. This is so.
If I didn't have any gripes, I would have given it 10.
Same. My gripes are just long fight scenes, which. Like, I love the fight scenes, just that they're slightly long. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But
It's
either
our
way.
highest score so far, right?
There is a high score so far. But
Right,
yeah,
so-
guys, oh my God, that was our John Wick Chapter 4 review. Shout out to everyone involved in working on that. We loved watching this movie. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when videos are coming up. And give us 5 stars on all the audio platforms. Love. Peace.